For years, Nigeria has always been referred to as a rich country with poor results, but we are never poor. Our wealth has always been in our soil. Nigeria once led the world in oil palm production, and then we discovered crude oil and forgot the very land that fed us. Good morning, viewers. Welcome to another episode of Legacy Before Lifestyle. My name is Precious Omodio, amiable host and wealth strategist. As usual, I have here with me an investor, a business leader, Payne Michael. Payne, it's great to have you here with me.
Thank you very much, Precious. It's always nice to have you as well.
Yeah. So I mentioned earlier that Nigeria once dominated the palm oil industry. So what happened along the line? Can you shed more light on it and throw more insight?
Okay, so as of 1960, Africa is dominating in terms of their contribution to, the oil palm industry globally. And Nigeria alone is generating about 60% of palm oil globally, in the global household. But these numbers as of today have dropped drastically. Yeah, and Africa at large now is only, contributing 5% to global palm oil production. You understand? And this doesn't happen because maybe we lack capacity. No, it is happening because we lose focus. You understand? And the reason why we lose focus is due to the discovery of crude oil. You understand? The crude oil came and, due to the fact that the revenue of crude oil is swift, you can easily get revenue from crude oil. You understand? When compared to palm oil, you get. So our leaders, they deviate to crude oil, you understand, and neglect palm oil industry. You understand? So, and where there is a neglect, there's definitely an opportunity. So crude oil is one of the reasons why we, as Africa, we have defeated, and as Nigeria as a whole too, we have deviated from palm oil production and contributing to palm oil production globally.
Wow. So Payne, what does Nigeria's current production look like?
So right now, Nigeria is producing about 1.4 million metric tons of palm oil, but we are consuming 2.1 million metric tons annually. You understand? So that is a deficit of 700,000 metric tons on an annual basis. And guess what? We are importing those 700,000 metric tons on an annual basis. So for every seasoned investor, this is an opportunity. You understand? This is where they come in to fill in the gap. You understand? Because demand is already there. You understand? What we are missing is supply. You understand? And when there is high demand and supply meets those demands, surely returns on investment is guaranteed. So every investor needs to look into this industry and be part of those that can fill in the gap of that 700,000 metric tons of deficit that we have in the palm oil industry. So every investor should look into this at the moment.
I think I agree with you, because if the investors can key into this and do the production in this country like we used to do before, when we still dominated the palm oil industry, then I think we won't have any reason to start importing from countries that came to take from our land to go and grow their wealth in the country. Hey, based on what you said earlier on crude oil revenue being very swift, because I know that it was as a result of our impatience that made us abandon the palm oil that was feeding us and do crude oil. So can you say that crude oil is more sustainable than palm oil, or is palm oil more sustainable than crude oil?
Okay, so let me use this analysis. When you get 1 barrel of crude oil, you understand, when you sell it out, that's it. You get your 100% returns. But looking at palm oil, the oil palm itself, which is the tree, is a perennial crop. You understand? And perennial crops are crops that reach their maturity stage after 2 years. So in that period of waiting, which is 3 years, you understand, that is what causes impatience for investors. Some investors, let me just say our leaders generally, that's what causes impatience for them. You understand? But looking at the sustainability, palm oil is very sustainable because after that maturity, once you start earning, you will start earning continually for over 25 years on just one tree. You understand? So in terms of sustainability, it's the palm oil industry is very, very sustainable. You understand? And on 1 hectare of oil palm, you understand, you can generate about 6 million naira annually on 1 hectare. You understand? So, and that 6 million naira is it can grow over time based on the rate of demand as well. You understand? And for over 25 years, just on 1 hectare. You understand? But crude oil is not like that. Crude oil, once you sell it 100%, you get your money, and that's it. It's not renewable. So, in terms of sustainability,
Palm oil is something that can pay you for a lifetime.
yeah,
Like you will outlive it, and even your children. That's more like building transgenerational wealth
exactly.
compared to crude oil. So, all right. You mentioned earlier that palm oil is a perennial crop,
Yeah.
which takes 3 years to grow and bear fruit before production. But I've heard some people say it takes 5 years for you to grow and bear fruit. What kind of seeds do you plant?
Yeah. So we have a particular seed we call the super gene tenera. It's an hybrid species. You understand? So it takes just 3 years to enter maturity. You understand? Compared to every other seed out there, it's an hybrid species, so it grows faster. You understand? And with the help of irrigation as well, and manure, you understand, it grows more faster than every other seeds that we have out there. You understand? So this is kind of seed that grows in 3 years. So super gene tenera is the kind of seed we grow to achieve that feat.
So he said that investors should look into this industry
Of course.
so as to fill in the deficit to earn. But you know that investors are more interested in numbers.
Of course.
What does the structure look like?
Okay, so on one plot of land, you can plant 10 oil palm trees. You understand? So on 1 acre can contain 60 oil palm trees. 1 hectare can contain 150 oil palm trees. You understand? And on one plot of land, can generate you, which is one plot of land, which is 10 palm trees, can generate you up to 400,000 naira on a yearly basis. You understand? So, 1 acre of land can generate up to 2.4 million naira on a year basis. One thing about every investor is that they are still earning actively. So this is a passive means of income, and time is money. So every investor would be looking into this industry, that how do I want to achieve, managing my time with this industry, and that's where we come in as management. You understand? We manage these oil palm trees for them. You understand? And we take 40% as management fees and give to the investor 60%. So which means that every investor out there can earn nothing less than 240,000 naira on one plot. That is the minimum value that you can earn. You understand? So on 1 acre, you can earn up to 1,440,000 naira. You understand? That is except management fees. You understand? Management fees have been deducted because we are taking 40% as management fees. We are just giving you your returns on investment. So, and even on 1 hectare of land, you understand, an investor can earn up to like 3.6 million naira. You understand? On an annual basis, these numbers are huge.
That's cool.
So every investor looking at this video right now should be thinking about compounding their interest. Because like I said, this is renewable. You understand? It can go for as long as 25 years, over 25 years, and you keep on earning. You understand? The values will keep on increasing, because the deficit is there. You understand? The demand is already there. The supply is what is missing. And when you fill in the supply, you get your money. You understand? So that's about the structure.
Cool money. Because it's more like they are earning dually.
Exactly.
Because this numbers you gave us now is for the palm tree itself, not the land.
Of course, they own the land.
So while they are owning this amount annually, their land is still growing.
Of course.
And if they waited that 25 to 30 years that you mentioned, just imagine how much that land cost. Why they even made more than the money they used to buy the land.
Of course.
From the palm tree return.
Of course.
Man.
That's massive.
Massive. Why do you think the oil palm industry is the future of Nigeria?
Okay, because the numbers don't lie. You understand? In the oil palm industry, we have a historical advantage, we have an existing demand, we have a supply deficit, we have importation dependency, and we have a renewable production cycle. You understand? So Nigeria doesn't need to discover wealth anymore. We just need to rediscover what has already made us powerful. And this is the oil palm industry for you.
Wonderful. Thank you for joining us on today's episode of Legacy Before Lifestyle. But before we go, I would love to thank my ever vibrant co-host and investor colleague, Pin Michael. Pin, thank you for sharing your perspective and insight with us today.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And to our viewers out there, stop asking if this opportunity still exists. Start positioning yourself for it. This is Legacy Before Lifestyle. My name is Precious Mamodio. I'm your host. And until next time, see you in the next video.